got to go round. Talking about your troubles, it's a crying sin.
95.9 FM. This is WGBV Radio. We are in the studio live. We got Jeffrey, other known as Twirly.
Twirly, Twisty Hands.
Twisty Hands.
And some people call me the Long Island Legend.
The Long Island Legend. He's here with us in the studio.
And I don't know why, but I'm happy to have the title.
Well, it's great to have you here. We've seen you all summer, this whole summer. Every time my wife and I go to a street fair or we go to a concert, we always run into Twirly. And I like to call you the icebreaker, the Long Island icebreaker of the dance floor. A lot of times the dance floor there's nobody dancing, everybody's watching the band, and then Twirly comes out and he does his twirls. If you don't know what that is, you want to explain what you do?
Well, I guess the twirling is, I do spin around a lot, at 360, and I also swing my hands wildly in every direction you could possibly swing them. And then lately I've been going up and down where I'm practically dancing on the floor. I just got to the point where I have no problem being the first one. When I hear music, I zone out the world,
You stop moving.
And I get into the music, and I love to move. And to be honest, I love the attention. If you get a little attention, you want more. It's very addictive. And when I started getting attention, some of it wasn't so hot. In the early years, I would go into a bar, I get a little attention maybe from some of the young ladies, and then young men would get around me and they'd want to torture me.
You're such a
Young,
threat,
drunk
really.
males, because they were a little maybe jealous of the attention, and I became their toy, and they would hit me in the back of the head and pretend that they didn't do it.
Right.
And this was how a young, drunk male has fun in a bar
Right.
when he doesn't know what else to do. I had to learn how to deal with that. Right. So I would, but it got me angry in the beginning. But I said, if you get angry, you're going to get into a fight. They're going to throw you out, and you're not going to be able to go back in. So I kind of played with it a little, walked away, Now it doesn't happen anymore.
It doesn't.
Because their girlfriend will say, leave him alone. He didn't do anything to you. And I got a lot of friends, and the bouncers protect me. So all of that went away, but it was there in the beginning.
Right.
So now if I get up and I'm the first one on the dance floor, it's not a problem. And then after a while, I usually would draw in people.
I was going to say, those young men are probably coming now to join you.
Now it's different. Now they want to dance next to me in the hope that somebody's going to film it so they can get on TikTok or Instagram.
Right. Right. So you're internet famous. That's the thing here, right? You, by doing the twirl and doing the dancing and being the icebreaker on the dance floor, you become known on Long Island as Twirly Hands, I think, right?
Twirly hands, Twisty Hands,
right.
Well, the name Twirly came to me. I was in the Ugly Duckling in Long Beach. There was a DJ. I think his name was Mike. They closed the Ugly Duckling.
Right.
But used to be really busy in the summer. And I would do my thing and go crazy. And he would say, Twirly, he said, this guy, he named me Twirly. And he said, if you turn him upside down, he'll mow your lawn. and he would always make a big deal when I walked into place. He gave me that name, and it caught on.
It's awesome. The whole thing's awesome, and it's funny because I even see the bands that are on stage performing start to laugh a little bit because you're amusing too. It's funny, it's funny seeing you do that. It's not funny, like we know what you're doing, but it's funny the reactions from other people. Like people will be standing there that don't know you and never saw you before. Right.
I don't see a lot of the actions. I'd say half the time I'm dancing, I close my eyes.
Right.
It just helps me relate to the music.
Right.
Sometimes I open my eyes and there is somebody right in front of me.
Right.
I don't know how they got there.
Right.
Sometimes it's really pretty.
Right. Right.
But I'm surprised when I open my eyes. I don't know what I'm going to get.
There was one time we were at the Salt Shack in Tobay Beach, and you would dance into the band, and
we felt like he was there.
Well, you danced with Twirly.
I did, but we also, I'm like, I feel like he's here. I just feel, and we looked over, and sure enough, because there was a little bit of a crowd forming in like this one little area by the bar over there, and then sure enough, you were right in the middle of all that.
And
I just felt it.
You danced to Crazy Train.
Yeah,
Crazy Train.
and then we came out, we danced.
I go out now probably 4 or 5 times a week.
Wow. Now? Even
now,
Wow.
even now, I look like Monday, Tuesday are my stay-home days.
Mhm.
I mean, I used to go to Bayside. They had a ladies' night on Tuesday, but they won't let me in there. But that Bourbon Street,
Bourbon Street.
they had a great Tuesday night. For some reason,
Right.
persona non grata there.
Right.
But other than that, Wednesday during the week, I'll probably be in the warehouse in Long Island and Farmingdale this
Mhm.
time of year.
Yeah.
If the weather was warmer, I'd be in Long Beach, and then I
Mhm.
head to Florida soon
Nice.
for Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale.
Very
So
nice.
I found it interesting. We're just talking outside in the lobby over here, and before the show, we asked you how did Twirly Hands come to be? How did this happen? And you were saying it's
The
from
dance
exercise.
move.
No, it was from
Yeah.
exercise in Long Beach. You said
Yeah.
you were walking the boardwalk.
So my exercise, because I'm not really a gym person, I have a gym membership I've never used. I have
Like
the
me.
card because I have good intentions, and they have a shower there,
Yeah.
in case I have no place to shower. But I started walking in the street with hand weights, and to make the exercise enjoyable, I'd listen to radio, Spotify, 70, Dad's Rock,
Mhm.
Rock and Roll, Meatloaf.
Yeah.
yeah.
And slowly but surely, I realized that you got to do more than your legs. So I
Right.
started swinging the weights around.
Yeah.
I eventually got the weights over my head for 2 minutes, 5 minutes out of an hour. Over time, the 4 or 5 pound weights became 8 to 10 pound weights in each hand, and they were over my. And then my muscles didn't hurt anymore. And so half the time I'm walking in the street, those weights are swinging, and so that's why people say, "How could you swing your arms that long?" No, because I do it every other morning for an
Right.
hour,
That's great.
and it's actually terrific exercise because your back gets really strong, your love handles go away,
I
and
think
it
you're
just
starting a trend here.
promotes health. And
All
I
these
tell
moms that are
everyone,
listening to this broadcast.
I tell people about it. I say, start off with 2-3 pound weights, but
Yeah.
you got to get them over your head at some point,
Yeah.
even if it's a little.
Right.
If you just hold them by your side, you're not doing anything really for the top half of your
So
body.
I'm
But
gonna
anyhow,
walk
so-
in the neighborhood going like this at my
and I'm dancing. I'm listening to music. That I'm dancing with the weights. I would take them to a club, but that would be
Right.
a big liability
Yeah.
issue.
But that's
But-
how it started.
But then when I'd go into a club at
Right.
night without the weights, my hands would go up instantly.
You can't even control it
Just
anymore.
used to it.
And then I was free. I didn't even have the weights with me, and then my hand movements became more exaggerated.
Right.
So
great.
it's a dance. Dance is exercise.
Right.
Well, it came out of happened accidentally. In fact, everything that's happening to me now happened accidentally.
Right.
The internet fame came from those block parties. I started getting filmed on the block parties on the cruise ships.
People
Yeah.
are filming you and putting it on the internet.
I had no idea. And then someone says, you're all over TikTok. I'm on TikTok. Don't you buy stuff on TikTok?
Right.
I didn't know anything about TikTok. I had to download it, and I turned it on, and there I am.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't
All your
believe
glory.
it. I
Great.
could not. And Instagram, and
Right.
and then the thing is, I'm surprised. And you said icebreaker. I'm surprised why I got popular, because my moves are nothing very skillful. I guess over time I'm getting a little fancier.
Mhm.
It's just that it's the attitude. I
Right.
go out there with, I don't care who's looking at me. I don't care who wants to laugh at me
Mhm.
Right.
or who wants to join me. Well, I like people to join
Right.
me. But I'm going to go out there and have a good time, and it's that attitude, and it looks like I'm having fun, and I am.
Right.
Because I do this 5 nights a week, and it's not work.
Right.
and
Right.
and so that attitude, and that people don't want to be the first one on the dance.
Right. It's the icebreaker, and you're setting the mood of the dance floor. It's a fun dance floor. When you a lot of times you are the first one out there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't want to hog the floor, so I want. I don't want people not to come on the floor because I'm on the floor.
Right.
So I got to be careful not to be a pig about
Right.
it. So if
Right.
I go out there and I start it off, I'll try at some point to move over to one side to make sure I'm not like intimidating someone else who wants to come on
Yeah.
the dance floor. But usually it'll bring other people out.
Yeah.
Eventually.
And as the night goes on, everybody's just sort of like gets closer and closer to the stage, so it doesn't really
But
matter.
I'm also attracted to the crazy. So
Yeah.
if I find a woman
Yeah.
who's a little crazy,
Yeah,
I'm in love.
right.
Right.
That's great.
Because you understand me.
Right. No, we get it. We get it. Right.
That's really so. Your wife was a dancer, right?
My wife, when I met her, besides working in a coffee shop and she was an immigrant from Argentina. She
Mhm.
was 19, off the boat, spoke no English. She spoke Spanish and Italian.
Right.
She was 120 pounds, long blonde hair, wore a red jumpsuit in the clubs on Austin Street. There was
Right.
a Lemon Tree and Haskell's.
Okay.
There were places to go in the the 80s, right?
Created, yeah.
And I fell in lust with her. I mean,
Right.
I didn't know her, but I wanted her.
Yeah.
She didn't like me because she liked the tall men who wore suits, who
Mhm.
dressed, and that wasn't me.
Right.
I was chubby in those days.
Wow.
Anyhow,
Hard
when
to
I met her,
imagine.
she eventually became a dance instructor at Arthur Murray,
Mm-hmm.
and she could do all the real dancing,
Mm-hmm.
and she could lead, follow, teach. I could do hustle. I could do
Right.
swing. I could do hustle. I'm not good at following instructions.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I have so anyhow, get back to her. So she's a really good dancer. We go out together. She's more conservative, but very pretty. She's 64. You would never know it.
Mm-hmm.
And we go out together, even though we're separated. We're not divorced, we're separated. She gets a lot of attention from anybody from 20 to
Mhm.
70.
Right.
What does she think about your twirling dancing? I mean,
So that took a while for her to get used to. I'm not a particularly good husband because I come home at 2 in the morning.
Morning.
She'll go out 2 nights a week at best.
Right.
I'm out 5 nights a week.
Right.
She wants to be home at 11.
Yeah.
11, I'm going to number 2.
Two. You're getting your
In fact,
second
11,
wind.
I'm starting the real night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's not her.
Right.
But I think she was worried more that I would abandon her, fall in love with somebody,
Right.
and forget about my obligation. That didn't happen. So we made an agreement. I laid her financial concerns aside,
Mhm.
but I decided that we should not live together because walking in the door at 2 in the morning, flirting is not particularly healthy for a marriage.
Mhm.
And me putting the radio on 100 when I get home because I'm kind of deaf,
Right.
except for music.
Yeah.
So I generally, she has a place in Forest Hills, I have a place. She has a place in Hollywood, I'm across the street.
Right.
She has a place in Long Beach, I'm a few blocks away. But when I go out, I invite her out because
nice.
she doesn't drive.
that's nice.
And I want to see her have fun. And
Right.
we visit our
So
children.
you're a good.
We have a lot of things in common. And I said we're
You're a good
friends with
friend.
no
So
benefits.
she enjoys your twirling. She enjoys seeing you on the dance floor.
Now, I think her biggest concern was abandonment. She sees that I'm still her friend. I still support her. I
That's good.
still want to
Yeah.
be part of the family. I think her fears are gone, and we've reached a really sweet spot. In fact,
Mhm.
we have a better relationship now than the last few years.
Wow.
Of our
Don't give
marriage.
him any ideas now. We may.
And I think she
Joining you on
likes
the
the
dance floor
freedom
early.
too. Sometimes she doesn't want to be bothered when
Yeah.
men want to dance with her. But I think she enjoys the attention, and
Right.
now she can get the attention she wants because I can't give her any rules.
Right.
That's
yeah.
true, right?
Yeah.
So,
What an interesting little.
do you have any favorite bands? Like favorite? What would be some of the songs that you like to twirl to? Like, what do you listen to on your own? You said you had 70s rock. On
Oh well,
Spotify.
on the radio it would be 70s and 80s. I have an affection for Meatloaf, and the Who and Led Zeppelin and all of that, and I like the 38 Special.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right,
They're
yeah.
great,
You know, so, but the truth is, I didn't pay much attention to music in my younger days. I was a nerdy workaholic. I was into making money, buying real estate, being a landlord, building a career. I would go out, but music was not a big part of my life. Music exploded with me when when I changed about 10 years ago and decided I wanted to have a lot more fun, and money should not be the object, you know.
Right.
Music, you got to admit, music is definitely our outlet.
Yeah.
We go see bands all the time.
Now,
That's how we
yes.
know you.
Like,
We go out. All
yeah.
We ran into you because we.
So
always
I never knew who was playing that song. I had an idea, but I never paid attention who the artist was. I had which band played which song. Now I'm focusing a little
So
more.
it's like you discovered all this later on in your life.
I would say
basically.
music became a big part of my life about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's a great outlet. You know, it's a great outlet for us.
No,
right?
we connect on with music. We're on to concert tomorrow night.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't have to talk.
Yeah.
We go see a concert.
Exactly.
We can have fun without talking to each
Exactly.
other.
Well, I had a bout of depression about 10 years ago because a bad event happened.
Mhm.
And it was over my head and it bothered me for a while, and then I got out of it. I found a way out, and once I got out of the depression, I exploded the other way.
Right.
I said, you have to be happy now.
Mhm.
And then I decided to go out a lot, exercise a lot,
Mhm.
and did the boardwalk thing,
Yeah.
listen music, started enjoying every day.
In a crazy world, right? In a crazy world that we're living in today,
Mhm.
you are one of the few that like to bring happiness to everyone, and that's a good thing. You know, you make
Well,
people
I guess
smile.
it
you
started
make
off
people
me
happy.
being selfish. I wanted to be happy and
Right.
have fun, but
It's just contagious.
it's a
though.
bonus
Yeah.
now that I seem to make other people happy.
Yeah.
I get in the course of a night, on a busy night, I must get around a dozen I love you. But
Yeah.
the translation of
Mhm.
that is I'm fond of you.
Right.
It's not like somebody's giving me their room keys.
Right.
It's not like
Right.
Tom Jones where
Yeah.
they threw their lingerie at him.
Just throw out that word nowadays.
But they say I love you, but I
Yeah.
know what it means.
They
It means
adore
I'm
you.
really fond of you and I appreciate you.
Enjoy your presence.
You
Enjoy
make me
being
happy.
around
But you know, if you set your expectations low and you get a little bit of love, you're happy.
Mhm.
So my expectations, if I go out and I dance with some strangers and have 2 minutes, just moments,
Mhm.
I'm a happy camper.
Right.
If I get to put my arms around for 1 minute of somebody delicious,
Right.
that's a real bonus for, I'm going to be 68 years in December.
Wow.
Okay. Sometimes I'm dancing with somebody 1/3 my age. Of course, they're going to go back to their boyfriend
Right.
or their husband. They're only going to play with me for 2 minutes. But those 2 minutes mean everything to me,
Yeah.
you know, and I don't even have to buy them a drink.
I think you're starting a movement. We're going to see all these eligible
Well, that's what I was
young
thinking.
men
Everybody's
out there
gonna go-
twirling.
Yeah, you have guys twirling to pick up
You know, there are
girls.
women with their, with
Yeah.
their
It's
weights up,
it is happening.
Guys
I
in
do
weight.
I do see people who seem to go to the middle of a dance floor
Yeah.
and start doing it because if he could do
do
it,
it.
I could do it.
Yes.
And maybe that's not a bad thing
No.
because a lot of the young people don't dance anymore. They're
Yeah.
in a club and they're married to that
Right.
phone,
Yeah.
you know, and they don't move.
Well, this
And-
whole younger generation is very
in
different.
my generation, they danced
That's
immediately.
how
They,
you met people. You just move and you just start dancing, and then before you know it, talking.
they
to the
didn't
person.
have
They
a
don't do that.
phone on them.
This generation doesn't do that.
And I also, you know, I was much when I was younger. I was fussy. I only wanted to dance with a woman that I was attracted to. Now, if somebody smiles at me, I dance with them because why let go that fun opportunity? I could be more happy. I could make them happy.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know,
win-win
so-
situation.
So
It's a
It's a
win-
win-win for everybody.
yeah.
Win-win.
I dance with people of all ages, all shapes and sizes, all race, colors, and creeds. I was on a cruise ship. You know, I would
You would
say
have been a riot on a cruise ship. Do you cruise? Because we love cruising. Have you gone on a lot of trips?
I've done 3 cruises in the last 2 years, but I plan on doing a lot more because
The whole ship probably knows you.
where else can you find all that entertainment on a Monday night?
Right.
Yeah.
I can get a show.
Yeah.
I could go to a disco on a Monday night on a cruise ship,
Right.
Yeah.
and violinists, and they have a mix of.
Comedy.
That's why
comedy
we had
shows.
cruising.
And if
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I buy a lot, look into a lot of last minute cruises because I don't have. I'm very flexible,
Mhm.
and so if I get an inexpensive cruise, and it's 4 nights, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, come home Friday. That filled my week really nice.
Nice. Yeah.
And the food choices.
Yeah.
So I'm going to slip in a lot of short cruises to fill up the
Now,
beginning of
be
the
careful if you start telling people which cruises you'll be on, because everybody's going to want to go on those same trips.
But see, I
You
like
could be a
crafts.
spokesman for cruise
You
ships.
really
You
could.
could be a spokesman.
I
Right?
You never
like.
know.
I have no problem with busy.
See what'll happen with that, because now when you're on a cruise ship, you're with a lot of people that may not be from Long Island, right? So now you're
they
becoming
go
like
home, they tell-
nationwide.
Yeah, that's true.
So now
That's
you're
true.
going to
I'm
find
meeting
yourself probably
people from all
worldwide.
over. They're
All over the
flying
world.
in to take
Exactly.
that cruise. I didn't think of it, but yes, the people you
So-
meet on a cruise ship are from all over the
I
place.
was also thinking for yourself, if you wanted to, you could get like T-shirts made up that say Twirly, Mr. Twirly Hands. You could sell T-shirts.
There's a woman on the internet, Danielle, and I
Uh-huh.
almost married her mother.
Oh, wow.
okay.
And we're very friendly now, and I'm still friendly with her mother. And she made up bracelets,
Nice.
and
Nice.
whatever she makes
To
from
spread
it
it up.
is fine.
Yeah.
Right.
And she defends me.
Yeah.
She puts down people who put me down.
How could you put Twirly down? Twirly Hands.
Well-
95.9 FM WGBB. If you're just joining us, we have in the studio with us right now Long Island's famous dancer. I would say definitely at street fairs,
More of a partier.
party, icebreaker, Twirly Hands.
Icebreaker.
Mr. Twirly Hands. And I have a song I'm going to play just a little bit of, real quick. And I want to, if you can, just demonstrate a little bit of what you do on the dance floor. You can do it sitting right there.
Now, all I do,
That's it. There you go.
my hands can spin around for hours and go in any direction. I can,
Yeah.
move my. That's because of the exercise in the morning.
Nice.
But I'm trying to work on my feet because I move my hands a lot. I move my feet to spin me,
Mhm.
and I'm flexible enough that I could practically dance, on my ankles.
Right.
But I'd like to improve the quality of my dance. But the fun part is what got me
I
on
think
the
you're
internet.
perfect just the way you are.
I bet you one day you're going to be at a dance floor, right? Okay, he's somewhere, right? Doing your twirling.
Yeah.
I know you close your eyes when you're twirling.
I do a lot.
And you're going to open up your eyes, you're going to see the whole place doing the twirl.
I've had surprises.
Have you had that happen?
I've
The whole-
had surprises where there's an instant crowd come out of nowhere.
Right.
Because people are attracted to happy. If you're happy and you're having a good
It's
time,
contagious.
they want in.
Mhm.
They don't know how to start it. But people. So that's the key to the fame. It's people. If you don't give a darn what's in their head doesn't count. What's in
Mhm.
your head is what counts.
Yeah.
You got to make yourself happy, and all of a sudden
You're only on this earth one time. So
I could
live it
definitely
up.
I could definitely see Mr. Twirly Hands.
Yep.
I could see you doing a commercial. I could see you being a spokesman for some product out there. I could see that.
Yeah, I had it in my idea. I buy a lot of women's clothing
Okay.
because
Mhm.
women's clothing is colorful,
Uh-huh.
it's tighter,
Yeah.
the cut is sexier.
Right.
Okay.
So I probably spent close to $10,000 on clothing from Rainbow Shops.
Oh,
So there you go.
Women only.
There you go.
I
You should-
buy their t-shirts, I buy their leggings, their
Right.
skinny jeans because I like the colors and the fit, and the sales are incredible. And I buy the t-shirts from Ira Postal.
Uh-huh.
What do you call it when a woman's shirt is cut here?
Like a half shirt?
No,
sort of? like a
court. There's a word
corset?
for cropped.
Cropped.
I didn't know what cropped meant.
Okay.
I saw beautiful blouses and shirts that I thought would really look good on me, and then when I got them, they would show my belly button, and I'm going, what the hell? It took me about 3 months to figure out that crop meant above the belly.
Yes.
So I gave all of them away.
Ah,
I
okay.
still make mistakes,
Right.
but the other shirts that are not cropped, I
Right.
kept.
They're more
Right,
comfortable.
that's
It's
amazing.
probably more comfortable for you to dance in the women's clothes.
They're all stretchy.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're all bright colors.
So watch out, Rainbow. I think you're starting another trend
So
here.
that
Those young men
you
shopping
should
at
talk to them
Yeah,
about being a spokesman.
there's the
Commercials.
There's the men's clothing, women's clothing, and then there's the I'm not
So
sure.
there's somewhere in between.
I've always said, I said that I think I'm like 1/3 woman because I love the attention. Women like to dress and get attention. I love that. You know, when when Dancing Queen comes on, I want to be the queen.
Right.
So there's 1/3. Not that I'm not attracted to men, although I've danced with men who are fun, and I have no
Right.
problem going to a gay club and
Right.
having a good time.
Time.
But sometimes I feel like a woman, and when I wear women's clothing and act a little effeminate, I have fun. I have
That's-
fun with it.
Well,
All
I
that
think
matters.
I think you should reach out to the Rainbow Shop and see what they
Yes,
can
right.
do.
They should.
You could definitely be a spokesman.
We'll set up
because-
a little pop up
Right.
outside the
But
Rainbow Shop.
and whatever doesn't fit me, because the clothing is so priced fairly.
Right.
I make people happy. I went into a bank in Forest Hills the other day, and the girl recognized me. She said, "We have your driver's license here. You left it here from 3 months ago," because she recognized
Right.
me. And then I had a jacket that was a little cropped, beautiful jacket. I went back and I gave her the jacket because it wasn't looking right on me, but I
Right.
knew it would fit her.
So you're giving
We
back.
got to
as well.
continue this
Which is great.
conversation. I got to tell you, Mr. Twirly Hands, Jeffrey, it's a pleasure to have you tonight.
Okay.
Thank you
To
so much
meet
for coming out
the
here.
other side
I
of you. Thank you
appreciate
so much
the
for coming out
opportunity
tonight.
to
The weather
get
wasn't
more
the best
attention.
today. Thank you for